Hello students, in this video we will see process states. So what do you mean by process state here? A process state is nothing but the current activities of the process is called as the process state. So as the process executes, it changes its state from one state to another. So first, do you got this? What do you mean by here process state? The process state is nothing but the current activities of the process, that is nothing but the state of a process. So now whenever we will start the execution of a process, it passes through several states. Okay, so each and every process has some states associated with it at a particular instant of a time. Okay, so now the state, so what it includes, the state includes whether the process has executed or not yet. The state includes whether the process has executed or whether the process is waiting for the some input or output from the user, and even it may wait for the certain resources from the CPU. Okay, now each process, or you can say when a process executes, it passes through different states. So which are the states of a process? The states of a process are 5 that we'll see in a diagram. So as you can see here, the first state is a new, then ready, then running, waiting and terminating. So when the state will switch from one state to another, that will see from a diagram. Okay, so now the first state, just remember here, the first state of a process will be always new. Okay, or even the another name of new is start state, you can see. So the new state means what here? This is the initial, or this is the first state of all our processes. So in this step, what we are going to do, or what the process is going to do? In this step, the process is being created but not yet created. Just remember here, in this step the process is being created but not yet created. So after the process is created, it will admitted, it goes to the ready state. So once again I'll see here the diagram. So on a diagram you can see here new. So in between there I have in a arrow mark there is a word called admitted. So whenever the process is created, it will admit to a next state, that is ready state. Okay, so after the process creation, it will goes to the next step, that is ready state. So what ready state is going to do? The ready is nothing but what? The process, whatever you have created in the new state, that is ready for the execution. Okay, so ready state tells what? The process is in this state, the processes are ready for the execution, you can say. So ready is nothing but what here? Not running. We are not running here the processes, just we are saying here the processes are just ready for the execution. So after the creation of a process, the process enters into the ready state. So that is, the process is loaded into the main memory. So you can see here the program is nothing but is different and process is different. So in last video I have explained the difference between the program and the process. So the programs are saved in the secondary memory and the processes are saved in the main memory. So hence in this ready state, whenever we will enter into the ready state, the process is loaded into the main memory. So in ready state, the processes are ready to start its execution. So as I told, and it is waiting for the CPU to allocate them by scheduler so that they can run. Okay, so the process in ready state, the process is waiting to be assigned to a processor. Means what? The process is waiting for the CPU. So who is allocate here? The processor or CPU? The scheduler. So what do you mean by scheduler here? I have in a look at the diagram, the ready state, there are one arrow mark has been switched to running. So below there I have written scheduler dispatch. So what is a scheduler here? So scheduler is decides which it means scheduler allocates the processes to a CPU. It allocates the processes to a processor for the execution. Okay. So whenever the processes are ready for the execution and it is waiting for the processor to allocate them just for the running purpose. So whenever the process is ready whenever the process is ready, it starts to execution. So it means it has to switch from ready state to running state. So when how it is going to be switched from ready state to running state? So that is by scheduler dispatch. So scheduler is what now? Scheduler is going to decide which process I must allocate to the processor. Okay. So after deciding, the scheduler is going to dispatch means what? I am leaving those processes for the execution, means running. So if I dispatch the processes to a next state, then it will goes to the running state. The scheduler dispatches the processes to the CPU for running. So once the scheduler dispatches the processes, it will goes to the running state. Clear? So now the third state is running state or run state, you can say. So whenever a process moves from ready state to run state, means after dispatching the processes from CPU by scheduler, it will goes to the running state. So once again look at the diagram. So in running, I am explaining here the running state. So from running state, the arrow mark has been go to the ready and even terminated state and even to the waiting. So there are three possibilities. While in running state, there may be a possibility of three cases. So the one is the running state, it may go to the termination. So when it will go to the termination, after completing its execution without any interruption, the process may finish its execution without any interruption. Then that time it exits from the processor, then it will go to the last state, that is terminate state. So this is the first possibility, it may occur in the running state. So what is the second case here? The second case, as you can see here, from running state to once again it has been there is one arrow mark has been connected to the ready state. So it may went to the ready state also. So in which case it is going to in a state ready. So there can be an interrupt while running the processes. So whenever any interrupt occurs, then it goes back to a ready state. So once interrupt has been handled by the processor, then once again the same process is dispatched from the scheduler, then once again it will go to the running state. Clear? So when any interruption occurs, the current process goes back to the ready. So if after handing the interruption, it will go back to the running state. So how? Again there is one more arrow mark from ready to running. So after handling the certain interrupts, once again the same process will be switched to the running state. So again the same process will be going to be is go. Okay. So last is what? If any running process needs. So there is one more arrow mark has been connected to the waiting state. So running to waiting, there is a arrow mark. So if any running process needs input or output or any event occurs, so in there we have written that whenever the running to waiting, when it is goes to the waiting state, whenever we are running the process, it may need a input or output or any event occurs, then that case it will goes to the waiting state. Clear? So this is the running state. So next is what? a waiting state. So waiting is what? The process is waiting for some event to occur. It may be a input or output completion or any event. So once again we will go to the diagram. So waiting state. So waiting state, I told that the process is in waiting state. So when the process will be in a waiting state, if it is waiting for some input or output or an event to be occur. So waiting, so whenever the process is waiting for input or output or even any event completion. Okay, so after input or output or event completion, the process once again goes to the ready state, and again from ready to running, and again there are three possibilities. It may go to the termination or ready, or even it go back to the waiting. Okay, so the last one is terminated. So termination is nothing but what? Whenever the process executes completes, it is going to terminate itself. Okay, so the process is terminated once it finishes or completes its execution. In the terminated state, the process is removed from. So whenever we are terminating the state, the process is going to be removed from the main memory, and even its PCB is also deleted. So what do you mean by PCB? PCB is nothing but process control block, that we'll see in the next video. Clear? So in the terminated state, the process has finished its completion. So in the terminated state, the process is removed from the main memory. So I told that whenever you are in a ready state, the process is loaded into the main memory. So once we complete the execution of a process, it is going to be deleted, or we are going to remove it from our main memory. And even we are going to remove the PCB. So PCB stands for process control block, that we are going to study in a next video. Clear? Thank you.